run through the NewsWatch. I'll show you a little bit about the levels that Craig produces. You can get some free price levels which show you sort of targets and liquidity areas that you can use. We offer occasional free live sessions. There's not one for the non-farm payroll this weekend because this week for the SAM people, Eusebio is running a workshop session, and it will include the non-farm payroll area. And what else? Okay, so yep, this is the area where we sort of announce stuff that's coming up. It's a bit haphazard because generally I'm not on the ball. But if you have any charts or queries or want to discuss something, send the questions in or bring them up while we're running this session. We, as in Eusebio, will do our best to answer them. We've got some charts, just a couple to go through before we hit Eusebio today. And what Eusebio is going to go through is some trade examples. One in a trade in a choppy mode, so you get used to it. One in a losing, what happens if it loses, and one in a winning mode. Hey, Edmund. And let me see, what else? Naughty law. Okay, so let's go over and do the NewsWatch list. The NewsWatch is, well, you've already seen what it does in the class, so this is how we build the thing, and because Eusebio made me change this, here we go. We're all ready, Eusebio? Do we have the right time?
Yeah, I'm ready, of course. Yep. Always ready. Like the good boys and girls.
Okay. Shoot.
Is it the right week and the right time? It seems so. Yeah. On Sunday, let's see. We will have. That's strange, Chris. Are you sure you have the right clock on the Forex Factory?
What's the time now?
It is 4 p.m. It's on time. Yeah, you have the correct time. Yeah. Okay.
And so this is 5:45. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So on Sunday we will have. Let's see. I will monitor also the Chinese manufacturing PMI and non-manufacturing PMI, and as usual, the bias is neutral. And also the Caixin manufacturing PMI, and also neutral.
Okay. So Bank of Japan summary is nothing to worry about?
No. Okay. Less important. And then on Monday.
Scrolling down.
Yeah, just a little bit, not too much. On Monday, so we will have, I will monitor the Swiss, not the Swiss cough barometer, it's not an important one. I will monitor the German preliminary CPI month-over-month.
Hang on. Dan distracted me. I'll blame him. Monday.
There is no specified time for the moment, so it is all day. Just after the Spanish flash CPI.
Oh, that one down here. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Say again.
Monitor, yeah, and to be defined.
Okay.
Then we will have the pound current account.
So you're not worrying about the cough either?
No.
Okay.
The pound current account, major higher time frame, bullish.
Yep.
Then we will have, let's see, the US dollar. I will US dollar Chicago PMI, major now, major, and a bit bearish.
Okay, hang on. Just too much for me today. Where is this one?
So at 9:45 a.m.
Bearish.
Yeah, bearish. No. Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Major bearish. And then, if you want to scroll down the calendar.
Sure.
Okay, I was at the Duncan. It's a bank holiday in China, Then we will have to monitor the Japanese 10-year bond auction for those who trade the bond.
Yep, I'll scroll down.
And the bond market is always a very important market to observe. It has a lot of influences on the forex. On Tuesday, we will have a big one with the Aussie cash rate and a rate statement. So major plus higher time frame plus, and bearish for the cash rate. And then we will have at the same time the rate statement. Then we will have the pound nationwide HPI major, big bullish, no, not really bullish, neutral, 0.1% is not a big difference, so neutral. Then let's see the speech by Evans.
Okay, this is where it jumps around. Where are we?
Evans is at 3:15 a.m.
Thank you. Really?
Yeah, at the top.
Oh, yes, underneath.
Yeah. Due to speak at a conference on monetary policy hosted by the Bundesbank in Frankfurt. No, it should not be an important one. Then we will have the pound manufacturing PMI, major, neutral. The flash estimate year over year is for the euro is less important. Then we have the speech by Lowe at 5:20 a.m.
Okay.
Due to deliver brief remarks in the RBA board dinner, or let's forget it.
But it's red, you say, Vera. It's red.
Yeah, wrongly read. Then we have the CAD GDP month over month, major higher time frame, and a bit bearish. Then we have Clarida and Bullard speaking.
Okay, use my mouse. Okay, Clarida.
Clarida, yes. Due to deliver brief remarks, also, let's forget. And Bullard, opening remarks at the community banking, let's forget. Then we have the CAD manufacturing PMI, major to be defined. Then we have Bowman speaking. Let's see the content of his speech. Due to speak at the community banking in the 21st Century Research Conference, no, let's forget. Then we will have, I will simply monitor the ISM manufacturing PMI, monitor, and a bit bullish. Then we have, for the Kiwi, the GDT price index, major higher time frames to be defined. Then we have Weidmann speaking from the Bundesbank. Due to deliver brief remarks at the handover ceremony for the new governing board, so it would be just a welcome lecture. So yeah, nothing important. Okay, and then that's it for Tuesday. Wednesday.
Okay. Seems like Japan, China has got another one of their big holidays running.
Yeah, which one can you show in the calendar?
Sure. Oh, that's right. I've forgotten about that. National Day.
Observers of National Day. Oh,
but
okay.
It's also down here. National Day. It must be National Week because it runs for about 4 days.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Well, so on Wednesday we will have the Swiss CPI month over month, major higher time frames, a bit bullish.
Okay.
Then we have the pound construction PMI, major neutral.
For those of you wondering, I mark them as, if we don't already have a major or something like that, I mark pound news coming out as care, because we're in Brexit, any news coming out on the pound can cause it to jump like 40 to 80 pips just for particular reason, like you saw on Thursday when it did this for some strange reason. It was going along nicely and then suddenly dropped down 50, 60 pips all of a sudden. Couldn't find any news. So, okay. So it's got to be really careful.
It was another reason. I have not followed the market Friday. I was a bit sick, and so no trade, no market observations. So let's continue. So we were, for the US dollar, ADP non-farm employment change, so major, but not necessarily higher time, because it's the ADP non-farm. So major and bearish.
Okay.
So monitor the crude oil inventories. Then we have William speaking.
Okay, I'll scroll on down. It seems they don't jump if I have them at the top of the list.
Due to participate in a moderated discussion, let's forget. Round table, nothing important will be said. And then we have the Aussie trade balance, so major higher time frames and bearish.
Yep.
And that's it for Wednesday. On Thursday, it's also a German bank holiday. So we have Evans speaking, due to speak about monetary policy at the Global Interdependent Center Central Banking Service in Madrid. So it will be a general lecture, so nothing important expected. Then we will have the Pound Services PMI, major neutral. Monitor the Euro-French 10-year bond auction. Then we will have Quarles speaking.
Okay.
Lot of speeches this week.
Well, yeah, last week was very little news. This week they're making up for it. Now it's jumping. Okay, here we go.
So, due to the speech titled The Financial Stability Board at 10 years at the European Banking Summit in Brussels. So, general lecture, nothing important to expect.
Okay,
so, then we have Tenrero speaking also at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Due to participate in a panel discussion, don't need to read the rest of the text. So let's forget it. And then we have the US dollar ISM non-manufacturing PMI, so monitor, and a bit bearish. Monitor the US dollar natural gas storage. We have again Carrida speaking.
Okay, scrolling down. No jump. Jumped. Okay.
Due to speak about the economy and monetary policy at an event hosted by the Wall Street Journal, again, general lecture, so nothing important to expect. Then we have the Aussie retail sales month-over-month, major and bullish. And we have Ellis speaking. Due to speak at an event hosted by the Australian Industry Group, no, let's forget. And that's it for Thursday. On Friday, we'll have the CAD trade balance, major higher time frames and neutral. Then we have the big one with the non-farm payroll, of course, so the average hourly earnings month over month. So a bit bearish.
So,
the average hourly earnings, a bit bearish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
a whole package, the average hourly earning, the non-farm and the unemployment rate, and its revision. Then the non-farm itself, a bit bullish, and the unemployment rate neutral. Then we have Rosengren speaking.
Silly time for him to talk.
Due to deliver opening remarks, let's forget.
Okay.
Then we have the US dollar trade balance, so major higher time frames pretty much neutral. And then we have Powell and George also speaking.
I've also, for those of you who don't know, there's a non-farm payroll revision from last month, comes out 2 minutes after the non-farm payroll for this month. So that's also in here. So if you're trading, if you're a news watcher, don't do anything until that one has come out. And Powell.
Powell, yeah.
Okay.
Due to deliver opening remarks, let's forget.
And next one.
And so, George.
Jump. Oh, didn't jump. Okay.
Due to deliver closing remarks, one the opening remark and the other the closing remark, let's forget.
But it's orange. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Aussie kicks into daylight savings next week. So
yeah.
Welcome to my world. And what else? Hey, Robert. What else have we got? Okay, so my usual incantations. Anything marked with H4 plus applies to H4 timeframes and higher. For those of you not used to the max yet and not trading super confidently, close your trades within half an hour of the news coming out, and don't place any trades within 1 hour of the news coming out. Same thing applies to London Open and the New York Open, and this is because they're so volatile. If you get something like this kicking in, and you think, I will go long here, and all of a sudden it smacks back and goes short 50 pips really quickly, it can jump your stop and take out some of your actual account money. And so when the news and when the opens come out, they can get quite volatile at times. They've been reasonably quiet lately, and then all of a sudden Thursday they jumped around, so you never know what's going to happen. So we want you to protect your account. So half an hour before the news, close your trades. 1 hour prior, don't place any new ones. Now, the ones that are marked major apply to the smaller time frames under H4. So if you're trading 5 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that, those exhortations apply to those. These ones marked in red and red, and I'll just copy that up because it's wrong, are ones that Eusebio will particularly hang around for, like this one is the non-farm payroll, because they generally produce really good movements. And while we don't trade the news itself, we wait for the news itself to come out and then trade the movement afterwards. Now, it can take just a few minutes for the market to settle down for you to perhaps get an entry, or it could take an hour or so. It just depends on what the news was like when it came out. What else have we got? Okay, for the smaller time frames, well, for most of them anyway, the US, the Euro, and the Yen are major currencies. So any news coming out on those 30 minutes and 1 hour non-trading times applies to all other currency pairs. However, if you've got some news coming out, say for instance on the Aussie, and this one's major, then and you're trying to trade Euro, US, it's unlikely the Aussie news is going to impact those ones. So the smaller currencies don't have that much impact on other currencies. It will on currencies related to it, like the Kiwi, but not necessarily other things. However, I have seen news come out on the Kiwi, which is the smallest of all the pairs. Trades something like $140 billion per day, I heard yesterday, and it's the 10th most traded pair, currency, in the world. There aren't that many currencies. I've seen news come out on the Kiwi that's impacted the pound dollar. So you've still got to be careful of them. Be aware of the news that's coming out. You don't have to get out of them or stop trading with all the news releases, but definitely do it for the US, the Euro, and the Yen. Yep, that's right. And the pound is a bit of a strange one. It straddles between them. So if you think it's going to be important news coming out, then treat it like a major. If it's not that important, then treat it like one of the minor currencies. Okay. Anything else, Eusebio?
Yeah, you have mentioned that sometimes with the kiwi, the impact is also on the other pairs not containing the kiwi. This happens with the interest rates announcement. It is important to understand that the interest rates for all the currencies are the major driving factor of the forex. So it's not unusual to see that even with a small currency, an interest rate change can have an impact in the other currencies. So.
Okay, hang on, I'm just doing some stuff off screen. Can you hear those funny popping noises?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that was the spreadsheet copying and pasting. So I just capitalize those. Okay, thank you. And the other piece that we do is the pick out the pairs that we think might be good to watch for the coming week. So I'll quickly show you how I do that so that you can do it for yourselves. Like we do it and put it up on the website for you. But if we disappear and Eusebio had a heart attack and Craig had a heart attack, just waiting for mine to come along, what we do is we use this link here and go to Mataf, type 4 into here for the past 4 weeks and tell it to arrange all the currencies down here. I'm just waiting for it to do it. Trying again. Okay, so it's gone and found the worked out the currencies for the past 4 weeks, and then I simply copy this list off, put it over into a spreadsheet. Let me show you. Over here, ignore the rest of it, it's nothing, and then I pull out only the 28 major pairs, which are these ones here. I get rid of the things like Singapore and Hong Kong and Turkish lira and stuff like that. Just leave the majors, so we're left with 28, and then I pop them over into this spreadsheet there and sort them by average dollar range, and that will percolate the best dollar movers to the top of the list. Yeah, Robert. I don't think he can get up on the chair anymore to do it. He used to. It was really good. And Oscar, if anybody's wondering, is the Max cat. Let's say that. Okay. So this is the top 10. Normally it's about 14. If we out of the 28 pairs, we pick the top 14. But we have an arbitrary cut-off limit of $750, and only 9 of those apply this week, so our top 10 is actually 9 this week. Over here I've got a list that I've been sort of keeping to see how well the ranges have been moving, and this week it's at 248, which I will do this with, 1248. So the ranges were poor at the start of the year, went really tiny in the middle, and then starting to build back up, and have just slipped back. But last week was a really newsless week. It was quite unusual. Very little in the way of news. This week seems to be making up for it. So next week we should see a larger range. But anyway, we've got these pairs over here that you can monitor for the week to see if they're going to be the best ones to move. It's of little use monitoring ones that are only making, say, $300 a day or something with super tiny ranges, because you're go for the low-hanging fruit. It's the easiest ones to make money from. So what we do now is Eusebio does this magic party trick where he matches up the pairs for the week with the news for that particular day to get pairs for each individual day. And so I've brought them over here. And let's do it, Eusebio.
Let's go. So you have included the Euro Kiwi. That's perfect.
Okay.
You begin to understand the procedure.
Am I allowed to swear? you say that. Anyway.
I know. You are a naughty boy. I know.
Lord.
Okay, let's go.
This is elder abuse, Eusebio. This is elder abuse. I've been waiting for you to something like this, so I could say that. Okay, go.
Okay, on
So
Monday. Yeah.
we have nothing from Sunday. So what we do is we look at the previous day from 5 p.m. onwards, and that day on Monday up to the 5 p.m. as well. And so far we've got nothing, no majors on the Sunday, and on the Monday we've got pound.
The pound, yes.
And the US dollar.
The US, yes.
And then nothing from 5 p.m. onwards. So,
okay. So the first pair to consider will be the pound US dollar.
okay.
Then the pound yen.
Yep.
And then the pound kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay, done. Next day, we look at the leftovers from Monday, which start from 5 p.m. onwards, and we don't have any majors in there. And on the Tuesday, we have the Aussie.
So the Aussie here, okay.
And the pound.
The pound, so here pound, 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 and pound, yeah.
More pound, the CAD.
The CAD, so the CAD here, okay.
And the US dollar.
The US dollar, okay.
And nothing after. Okay, maybe the Kiwi. It's saying tested, but generally
Kiwi. Okay, the Kiwi will change nothing. Okay.
Okay.
So, let's see. The first pair will be the pound Aussie, pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
Then we can take the pound CAD or pound US dollar.
Okay. Let me write this up.
And then I will consider the euro pound.
Okay. So what Eusebio is doing is he's got this list on his side.
Sorry. We had no news on the euro. So instead of the euro pound, so let's be correct, and let's choose the pound yen. Sorry.
Okay. Essentially what Eusebio is doing is he's ticking off, when I say that there's a currency with news on it, he's ticking the currencies off, and then the ones with the most number of ticks are the ones that get to go up into here. So we come back down here. So on what we're looking for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep. So hangovers from Tuesday.
We have the Kiwi.
Yep. So all the pairs up here that have got the Kiwi in would get a tick, like the Euro Kiwi and the Pound Kiwi.
Yeah.
And that's procedure. So now you know how to do it yourself. Okay, where are we? Okay, so for Wednesday itself, we've got the Swiss.
The Swiss, okay.
The pound.
Pound, okay.
And the dollar.
No,
US
it
dollar.
is monitor.
Oh, sorry. No, this one's major.
Oh, the US dollar is a major. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Okay.
And nothing up till 5.
Okay, so we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
What do I do? Excuse me. It's done something, Eusebio. Okay.
That's weird.
It's like no, it's trying to print. I don't want it to print. Page layout. Oh, there's a button here called normal. Okay, we're back. Don't panic. Right, sorry, do it again. Pound.
So pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
For Wednesday.
Yep.
Then we will have pound US dollar or pound Swiss. And then the pound yen.
And then the pound, just the pound yen?
Yeah.
Okay. And for Friday?
No, Thursday.
Oh. So not. So I just did
It was Thursday, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now we're going to do Friday.
Yeah, but no. What we have done was Wednesday, but you have noted them in the Thursday column. So transfer the Thursday column to the Wednesday column.
I'm going to have to watch this video again. Okay.
Yeah. Now we make Thursday. Using my matrix, I cannot go wrong.
Okay. So hangers on from Wednesday.
Yeah.
We've got the Aussie.
The Aussie, so Aussie here, okay.
Okay, and on the Thursday we have the pound.
The pound, and pound, yeah.
And that's it, nothing else.
And that's it, okay. So we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
That's what I had, yep.
Yeah, then we'll have the pound yen.
Okay.
And then the pound CAD or pound US dollar.
Okay. Done.
Yeah. And then Friday.
This time. Okay. So from Thursday afterwards, we've got the Aussie.
We have again the Aussie, okay.
And then on Friday we've got the CAD.
The CAD, okay.
And the US dollar.
The US dollar, okay. And that's it. Okay, so we will have the pound US dollar or the pound CAD. Then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
Or instead move the pound US dollar, pound Kiwi, pound Aussie in the third line. The third line, and then take on the second line the pound yen.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. And so what I now do is I come over here and I'll update the NewsWatch list. Stop yawning. It was exciting, Sabio. And down the bottom here is this is last week's, so there's the top 10 pairs. And down here is a short list. Reformatted it for the each particular day. So you can come down here and grab that information. The news events are above that, and so just pick them up day by day. And we've got at the top some areas that you need to monitor long term, like the Brexit's been going on for the past year. The US Fed and the repo market, that's kind of seemed to have gone a bit quiet. Is there any news on that?
Oh, no. They continue to put money in the market, $75 billion of dollars every day.
Yeah. Okay. And there's some info on what the repo is about and how it could impact us. Italy's new coalition still coalescing.
The new government has received the agreement of the parliament, so we will see how long it will last.
Okay. Okay, so is this impact just down to important or critical for it?
I will say not critical for the moment, but important.
Okay, that's fine. I'll put it down here, and it's already down here, so I'll take it out of the top and leave it down here.
Perhaps you can also degrade that event a little more in the long term, ongoing long term.
Oh, you mean put it down here?
Yes.
Sure. Okay, can do. US-Iran.
Yeah, still important. Yeah.
China is.
I see. In fact, I see no change in the other events, Chris.
Okay, cool. So just keep an eye on all this. It can impact your trading eventually. Okay, thanks, Eusebio. So I'll update this and I'll send an email out when it's ready. And what else? Okay, so that's it for the NewsWatch.